Welcome to this section on prompt engineering, one of the most underrated yet most powerful skill when it comes to working with AI in finance. So what exactly is a prompt? Simply put, it is the instruction that you give to the AI tool like ChatGPT or Excel Copilot. Think of it like talking to a junior analyst. The clearer your instructions, better the output is going to be. For example, saying explain this report is vague, but saying you are a finance analyst, summarize top three cost overruns in bullet points using the uploaded tables gives AI clarity, structure, and direction. In finance, clarity is non negotiable. A poorly written prompt can lead to wrong conclusions or worse decisions. Prompt engineering help us get precise, auditable, and actionable results when we are analyzing budgets, creating variance commentaries, or translating data into insights. So before we dive into the prompt structure and templates, just remember this. Better prompt leads to better answers, and in finance, better answers lead to better decisions.
Now that we know what prompt engineering is and why it matters, let's break down what actually makes a prompt effective. Just like a good financial model has a structure, a good prompt also follows a simple structure. I like to call it RTCF: role, task, context, and format. Let's walk through each one of them. R is for role. Tell by starting AI who it is. For example, you are an FP&A analyst at a Fortune 500 company. Giving AI a role helps it respond in the right tone and domain. T is for task. Be specific about what you want it to do, like summarize cost overruns in Q2 versus budget. C is for context. This is where you upload a dataset, give background, or define scope. For example, use the uploaded Excel file showing department level spend. F is for format. Finally, tell it how you want it to present the answer. Maybe return the answer as 3 bullet points per department. So instead of a vague prompt like, give me a summary of this, try something like, you are a senior FP&A analyst, use the uploaded Excel file, prepare Q1 variance summary of marketing expenses versus budget, respond in bullet format with key cost drivers. Once get you the noise, the other gets you the insights. So, whenever you're crafting prompts for financial analysis, ask yourself, did I include role, task, context, and format? Master this formula, and your AI output will be far more useful and far more professional. Now that you have learned how to structure a great prompt using role, task, context, and format, let's take it one step further. In this section, we will explore some powerful prompting techniques that helps you guide the AI like a junior analyst, one that you can train and refine over time. The first is zero shot prompting. This means giving a task without any example. For example, summarize this GL file into revenue and cost buckets. It works well when the task is simple or when you want to test how smart the AI already is. The second is few shot prompting. Here you give one or two examples before asking the AI to continue. For example, here is how we wrote last month's various commentary. Now do it same for the current month. This is especially useful when you want consistency in tone or structure, like shareholder reporting. Next up, chain of thought prompting. This one is great for logical tasks. You simply ask AI to think step by step. For instance, you are a financial analyst reviewing monthly operating expenses from January to June. First, list the expenses by month, then calculate month over month percentage change. After that, identify any abnormal spikes or dips. Finally, explain what might have caused the biggest change based on the typical cost drivers. Then we have iterative prompting, which is exactly how we work with interns. You don't need to get it perfect on the very first try. You can say, great start. Now add variance percentage. Also include one line summary per course head. AI remembers the conversation, so it treats it like a dialogue. And finally, for more advanced users, there is something called instruction tuning. This means creating structured prompt templates like reusable recipes. So far, we have talked about what makes a good prompt and how to guide AI using techniques like few shot or chain of thought. But let's be honest, when you are in the middle of a busy finance cycle, you won't always find the time to write a perfect prompt from scratch. That's where prompt templates come in. Think of these as reusable instructions, just like a budget model template or a reporting deck structure. You plug in your latest data and you get consistently high quality outputs. The more you would template your prompts, the more consistent, fast, and useful your AI output will be. And that's how you go from experimenting with AI to scaling it. Another good practice is to clarify the output audience. Tell the AI who will read the output. The same topic might need different framing for a CFO versus a plant manager. Finally, don't settle for the first draft. If it is unclear, ask AI to refine it. AI doesn't read your mind, it reads your prompt. A little clarity upfront can save you a lot of rework later.